All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to I like to I like to love you every day. I like to love you.
Hey guys, today we are considering the idea of embarking on a new adventure, specifically trying to lose a little bit of fat, preferably by summertime, but if not, that's okay. Here's the short of it. A little over a year ago, I guess last January, I started a reverse diet where I took myself from intaking 2,000 calories a day for maintenance to intaking 2,500 calories a day for the maintenance. All with the goal of making my new maintenance about 2,500 calories so that I could lose fat on 2,000 calories. How cool would that have been? So I did that, started my cut, and a couple weeks into my cut, I realized my health was not ready, not in the place to be focusing on fat loss. I started going through topical steroid withdrawal. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know what a nightmare that was. But I am happy to say that I am finally in a place where I feel like my health is super solid. Like, I got a lot of questions on my last Instagram Q&A about my skin, and I mean, as you can tell, I almost look like a normal human right now. I'm feeling really confident in my health right now, and I feel like I am in a place where I can start pushing my body in a different way. All this is to say that if I get 2 weeks in and I'm like, this was a bad idea, I will stop. I am not going to just push my body for the sake of pushing my body if it compromises my health. But I do want to lose some fat just because I feel like it. Like, I'm not upset with how my body looks right now. I don't hate my body by any means. I just would like to lose a little bit of fat. So I'm going to potentially try to do that.
Oh wow, the lighting just majorly shifted. This is gonna be super fun.
When I started going through topical steroid withdrawal, I completely quit exercise. And so I wasn't exercising for about 8 months. And this led to me losing significant muscle mass and gaining approximately equal weight in fat. Like, my weight did not change very much, but I definitely lost muscle, which means I also gained fat. And in the last like month or two, I've also put on an additional few pounds of fat. So I weigh more now than I did when I completely quit exercise. And so I have excess fat on my body compared to where I was before. And I think the goal is basically just to lose that excess fat. I am currently very happy with the amount of muscle mass that is on my body. So the goal would be to maintain muscle, lose fat, feel good, get stronger. So what I'm doing this week, and what I will show you guys how I'm doing it today, is evaluating my current metabolic rate. I have not tracked a single calorie since I stopped exercising. And so I have no idea how much I'm eating. I have no idea if trying to lose fat would be a very bad idea because I'm not eating very much. I have a general idea, like, I know my body well enough, I know food well enough to know that I'm not like severely under eating, but if my maintenance is close to like 1,400 right now, probably don't want to cut if that's the case. If I had to guess, I would say my current average intake is about 1,800 to 2,000 calories, which is not shabby for someone that really hasn't been training much. So I would not be super upset about that, because as soon as I get back to like regular training, it will increase my TDEE, which means my cutting calories will be reasonable. Today is Wednesday, so starting on Monday, I started tracking my macros, and I'm not tracking before I eat them, I'm tracking at the end of the day. So I'm keeping track of everything that I eat and then logging it at the end of the day so that I don't let the numbers influence my decisions later on in the day. I want to get an idea of what my natural hunger cues are driving me to eat. And then over the course of the week, I'm going to take the average and figure out kind of where my macros are landing right now, and also my average calorie intake. If my intake is lower than I would like it to be to go on a cut, then I will probably do a reverse diet. But if it is a reasonable amount, then I will probably go straight into a cut, and then I'll probably reverse diet afterwards, because hopefully gyms will be open by then, and then I can really put extra calories to good use and focus on building a little bit more muscle where I want it, because I've definitely
a lot of the muscle that I lost is from the butt, and I am quite sad about that.
So I would like to build a little bit of booty muscle, but other than that, I'm not actively trying to build muscle right now. So basically this week the goal is to establish my baseline and then work from there. So I will keep you guys updated on this process as I go through it. We'll see at the end of the week what my average calories are, and then I'll, I don't know, film next week and tell you guys what the conclusion is about the appropriate path for me in my efforts to lose a little bit of the excess body fat that I gained. Dang.
2 hours later.
So not gonna lie, when my gym closed a few weeks ago, I lost so much motivation to keep working out because I love the gym. The gym is my happy place, and I had just finally started going again. I was like 2.5 weeks into training regularly at the gym, and then it closed. So I honestly have found it kind of difficult to train at home and to have the same motivation to actually get workouts in. Thankfully, all my roommates like to work out at home, so that has inspired me and motivated me, but I haven't really had a set style of training just because I wanted to hold out until the gym reopens, but it's looking like that's not gonna be in 2 weeks. It's probably gonna be a lot longer. So now that I know it could be a month or 2 or however long this goes on, I do really want to get back into a routine. And so my plan for now, and what I've been doing the last few days, is to do workouts that focus specifically on hypertrophy and strength, and do like the really heavy body weight exercises that I know I can only do like 4 to 12 reps of, like pull-ups, decline push-ups, pistol squats, stuff like that, to really maximize strength and hypertrophy, and then to supplement with banded work and other like difficult body weight work. And especially if I'm gonna be actively trying to lose fat from home, I really want to be training in this style to maximize maintenance of my current muscle mass. So I'm about to do one of these workouts in this style, one that's designed to promote strength, muscle building, or at least maintenance, and a faster metabolism. And I think this is pretty reflective of the style of training that I'm going to attempt to continue to do over the next few weeks or months. First up, we have the pistol squat. This is a fantastic replacement for a regular squat when you don't have access to any weights, because it is exponentially more difficult. It's also amazing at improving your flexibility and hip mobility. Doing them correctly requires a ton of balance as well, so it's also going to engage your core. So all around, it is a fantastic exercise to incorporate. Next up, we have a decline push-up, which is a great way to add extra resistance to a push-up, again, when you don't have access to weights. So you can put your feet up on a stair, a medicine ball, a bench, etc. This helps maximize the depth of the push-up as well. And the stronger you get, the more you can increase the steepness of the incline. Then we're gonna move on to slider hamstring curls. And this exercise may look deceptively simple, but it actually takes a lot of hamstring, glute, core, and quad strength to lower and lift in a controlled way using the sliders. And aside from strengthening your entire posterior chain, you're also gonna develop the stabilizer muscles throughout your body, which will help improve your mobility and balance. Next up, we have banded hip thrusts, which are the king of booty building exercises, but they also activate the hamstrings, quads, and adductors pretty well, so it really helps to develop your entire thigh musculature. And throughout this movement, the glutes stay under constant tension, and back strength is not a limiting factor, which cannot be said of other popular glute building movements like Romanian deadlift, so this allows for maximal loading of the glutes specifically. Next up, we have pull-ups, which are another amazing body weight exercise. And unless you've been training them for a while, most people can't do more than 2 to 10, maybe 15, which means they're gonna be amazing at building muscle and strength the more you work on them. Pull-ups are gonna engage all the muscles in your back, mostly your lats, your traps, your rhomboids, and then you can also change up your grip to affect different parts of your arms as well. Then you're gonna go find a wall to do some handstand lateral walks. Handstands strengthen pretty much every muscle in your arms, your shoulder, and your upper body, making them one of the most beneficial upper body exercises that you can do. And moving laterally also really helps with your balance. Doing handstands often, you'll notice that you feel stronger and a lot more stable very quickly. Lastly, we have the reverse crunch, which hits all of the showy exterior ab muscles that you need to have a well-defined six-pack, particularly placing emphasis on the lower abs, which for a lot of other exercises is difficult to do. This exercise also puts your abs under tension for a longer period of time and through a much greater range of motion than most other ab exercises, so you're really gonna get a good bang for your buck with this. Oh my goodness, that was such a good workout. Last time I did a workout of this style, which was 2 days ago, I was pretty sore the next day. So training this way for me, at least for right now, seems to be like it's gonna be effective. Not that soreness is a sign of an effective workout, just that I was able to have enough intensity to actually elicit soreness, which is an indicator that I am giving my body a new stimulus because I haven't been training for a while, which would indicate that my body will change. Basically, it's new, so being sore is okay. If I'm still sore in like 3 weeks after training this way, something's wrong. But that workout felt absolutely amazing, and it's so nice to be able to do it out in the sun and the fresh air. Like, I am so happy that I live in this house and that I moved here and it has this backyard, and I'm so grateful. All right, now it is breakfast time. Again, I'm not tracking as I eat. I'm just gonna write down what I have and then track it later. No. So for my meals, as I go about this process, regardless of whether or not I do decide to actively try to lose fat, I really want to focus on getting protein and vegetables in all of my meals. So my breakfast, which I don't really know how I'm gonna eat this, it ended up a little bit thicker. Yes, Ernie? It ended up a little bit thicker than I imagined it would, but I'll make it work. But I have 2 eggs. That was all the eggs I had left. Usually I'd have 3 or 4. Shh. You can't jump up there. No. I have 2 eggs. Usually I'd have like 3 or 4, but I only had 2 eggs left. And then in the eggs, I added some zucchini and spinach to get in some vegetables. I have an entire avocado, 4 pieces of bacon on some gluten-free bread. So this is packed full of protein, vegetables, and some carbs to help refuel my body. So I'm about to film another video, hence why I have more makeup on and I changed shirts so that there's variety, but now the secret's out, there's no actual variety. The same day that I'm filming. But anyway, just wanted to tell you I grabbed a kombucha out of my fridge, the Brew Doctor Happiness kombucha. What? So I'm gonna be sipping on that while I film, and then afterwards I'll probably have some sort of a snack. We'll see. So I decided to go on a little bit of a socially distant walk, just walking around the neighborhood, around the block, staying away from people, just to stretch my legs, get my blood flowing, get some activity in, because other than my workout, I have kind of basically been sitting all day. I've been up and down a little bit, but I need to move. Really just need to move, or else I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Step, 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 step. It's dinner time, my favorite time of day. Is breakfast my favorite time or dinner? I like all meal times. All meal times are my favorite time of day. But I had some macadamia nuts as a snack earlier. Didn't film it, forgot, needed a quick snack, had a few macadamia nuts. Then for dinner, I now have a roasted acorn squash stuffed with turkey that has zucchini and kale mixed in. Acorn squash is one of my favorite things because it's so easy to make, because you literally cut it in half, oil it, season it, and then just bake it until it's done. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. It looks very hot though. Definitely gonna burn my face off if I try to eat this. I cooked the entire pound of ground turkey and I put about half of it on my plate. So this is about 8 ounces of ground turkey, which I think is gonna be a super solid meal. This may end up being the last thing that I eat today, but I might want a little bit of dessert later. Ooh, maybe I'll make a hot chocolate. But I kind of had hot chocolate this morning. We'll see. I'll let you know. The next day. So last night, work kind of got away from me and I got distracted and I didn't realize I was hungry again until like midnight, and at that point it was my bedtime, so I decided not to eat. So I definitely ate a little bit less than my maintenance yesterday because I was hungry. That's
how intuitive eating works.
But I went ahead and I input everything into my Fitness Pal that I did eat yesterday, and I ended up eating 1,700 calories with 84 grams of protein, 109 grams of carbs, and 108 grams of fat. And I do think it's a little bit below my actual maintenance. If I was maintaining weight on 1,700 calories, I probably would definitely not want to cut, because that would mean I need to cut down to like 12 or 1,300 calories to lose fat effectively, which is just not the ideal. But based on the last 2 days, this is definitely on the lower end, so I'm anticipating that today I'm gonna end up eating quite a bit more than that. We shall see. I definitely do find when I'm eating intuitively, and I think most people who eat intuitively also find this, that some days I eat a lot less, some days I eat a lot more. So I think yesterday was just kind of a lower day, hopefully. I mean, we'll see how the rest of this week pans out, but I'm not super worried about it right now. So I will update you guys next week on how this turns out, what my final decision is on whether or not I'm actually going to try to cut some fat in the next few months or not. In the meantime, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please share it with your friends, your family, put it on Facebook, Twitter, on Instagram stories, whatever you want to do. If you want to see more videos from me about fat loss specifically, you can check them out over here. To see more videos in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified about future videos, because my next one is going to be all about how to lose fat at home, because that's what I am potentially about to do, and what I think a lot of people might be interested in learning how to do, considering we're all going to be quarantined and summer's coming up, so it's kind of like prime time to try to get fit, get lean, lose fat, etc. So I figured I'd make that to help you guys out. So do make sure you have notifications turned on for that, and I will see you in that video. Bye.